This is the Shrimp Trawler video channel Strat-O-Matic Baseball Excel Game of the Week.
Welcome back, baseball fans, to the Game of the Week in the 77-80 Fall League. And we have the classic rivalry, the San Francisco Giants at the LA Dodgers. However, this year, one of these two clubs has stubbed their toe, stumbled out of the gate, and their season is lost. Would you think it's the late 70s Giants or the late 70s Dodgers? Well, history suggests the late 70s Dodgers went to a couple World Series. Let's look at the standings before we start the series. The Giants are a game over 500, still clinging on to the number 6 seed, but a bunch of teams are tied with them. But it has been the dismal Dodger season, 9-14, that has them on the outside looking in, wasting players from World Series rosters. It just happens. You only play 23 games, so yeah, it just happens to be the 23 worst games the Dodgers have played in a 162 game span, I guess. Can't make it. They can't make it. In this best of 5, they can't even finish with a winning record. So the Giants and the Padres, Arizona, St. Louis, the Pirates, and the Marlins and the Phillies and Reds, of course, they're all playing for the 6 playoff spots. And the Dodgers want to play spoiler. And they are a more talented team than the San Francisco Giants during this era. And they want to, if their season is falling apart, they want to take their traditional rival with them. There can be nothing more embarrassing than seeing the late 70s Giants make the playoffs when that team was not very good. So it's game 1 of a best of 5 opening in LA. And today's pitchers for the visiting Giants, Bob Nepper, a lefty. And for the Dodgers, on the Game of the Week for the second time this year, which is very rare, as I'm trying not to repeat teams, but the Dodgers, they've got a big following and so forth and so on, so they get on national TV a lot. It's Don Sutton. Don Sutton again. We saw him getting crushed by the Padres earlier this year. So he's trying to right the ship today. From Chavez Ravine, Giants, Dodgers, let's get started. Johnny LeMaster leads it off for San Francisco. Bounces the third X. Ron Say, I believe is a 2-11. And he makes the play. Rick Miller, 110. This guy's a right. Jack Clark, 62, skies the center field. All right, Davey Lopes leads off for the Dodgers. 36 is a walk. Double A stealing Lopes, of course, against the zero arm of Mark Hill. They got nothing to lose. He's going to steal, and he's safe. Maybe the free and easy Dodgers, knowing they have nothing really to play for, will relax and just systematically dismantle their rival, but we'll see. Reggie Smith, 110, base hit in the center field. Lopes, a 17 runner. Miller, a 0 arm -1. 0 arm, he's going to run, and he scores. And a quick lead for the Dodgers. Steve Garvey, 1-4. That's a 6-4-3 double play. And with 2 outs, it's Ron Say, and he strikes out. Top of 2, Willie McCovey, 1-4, skies the right. Mike Ivey, 310, flies left. And Darrell Evans, 1-7's a walk. Ted Martinez, 1-6 is a K. Bottom of 2, it's Dusty Baker, 2-9, grounds a short. Duffy Dyer, catcher against the lefties, strikes out. And Ralph Garr, the DH, 5-11, skies in the center field. This is Rick Miller, 2-6 in center. And he makes the grab. We go to the third inning of a 1-0 game. Terry Whitfield, 48, second X. This is Lopes. He's a 319, and he makes the play. Mark Hill, 47. Double one fly ball off the Sutton card, and he skies out. And Johnny LeMaster, 1-6 is a K. Now Sutton is pitching like the Hall of Famer we are familiar with. Bill Russell in the bottom of the third to lead it off. 1-7. Let's take a look at Bill Russell's card. He's a 2 at short in this particular instance, with, of course, the speed, bunting, hit and run ability. Fantastic base runner. And he rolls 1-7. Homer 1-4. Fly ball to left. And he just misses it on a 6. Tough break there. Mickey Hatcher, 69. Single 1-10 is a base hit. Davey Lopes, 2-7 is a K. And Reggie Smith, 66. Bouncer to short. This is LeMaster, a 334, and he kicks the ball at short for the error. Setting up Steve Garvey. 35 is single ... That is an unearned run with 2 outs. Ron Say, 38 is a K. 2-zip Dodgers in the fourth. Rick Miller, 6'10", short X. This is Russell, the 2 at short, makes the play. Jack Clark, 56 is a K. And Willie McCovey, 211, rolls to the pitcher. A walk through 4 innings for Don Sutton. Dusty Baker, 57 is a K. Duffy Dyer, 1-9 is a single. Ralph Garr, 49, off the Nepper card. Double 1-5. That is a double. You've got second and third with 1 out. We mentioned Bill Russell coming to the plate. Excellent bunter, so they bring the infield up. Second and third, one out in a 2-0 game. Bill Russell, 46, off of Nepper, is second X. Now, defensively, this is Ted Martinez. Actually played for the Dodgers and the Mets in this era, but he's on the Giants now. So 3-8, good defense at second base with the infield up. But he makes an error. The E8 does. Very rare play there. And Dodgers get another run. Runners on the corner with 1 out. They'll keep it up for Mickey Hatcher. 6'10", catcher's card. And a lot of unearned run opportunities today. Mark Hill, 3E5 catcher, looking for a pass ball. And they get it. A pass ball scores another run. And we've got 3 unearned runs in the last couple innings. We have a runner at second with 2 outs. And it'll be Davey Lopes again. 59, skies to right. So Nepper's defense has let him down to the tune of 4-0. Into the 5th, and it is Mike Ivey. 211, grounds the third. Darrell Evans, 46, and there it is, folks. The first hit today off of Don Sutton, a clean single off the Sutton card, and a center field. Well, we went 4 1/3 innings with a no-no. It's pretty good. Ted Martinez, 67's a K. And Terry Whitfield, 57 is a K. Also going unsaid is that if the Dodgers win a game, it means the Giants mathematically cannot win the National League West. They are 3 games behind the Astros, so they would have to sweep the Dodgers while the Padres sweep the Astros to be in a tie with the Astros. And with that, let's pause a moment for station identification.
This is the Shrimp Trawler video channel.
Este es el canal de videos de camaroneros.
Okay, bottom of the 5th. Reggie Smith, 2-6. Single 1-11 is a base hit. Steve Garvey, 5'12", pitcher B. Ron Say, 63, right X. This is Clark at 3-7 in right field, and that is going to be a bungled fly ball. Giants making all sorts of mistakes today. They're squandering their tenuous playoff position with this game. And you've got second and third with 1 out. And here's Dusty Baker. 37's a walk. They're loaded for Duffy Dyer. 110, that's a single dot. And it's 5-0. And it's still loaded for Ralph Garr. They got to bring it up. He's an A-bunter. Ralph Garr, 210. Pitcher A. Road teams get the force out the play, but not the double play. So you have 2 outs now. Bases are still loaded with 2 outs. And here's Bill Russell. 210 is a grounder to the third. So another unearned run in the 5th, thanks to the 2-base error of Jack Clark. And it's 5-zip. 6th inning. Don Sutton with a 1-hitter. Here's Mark Hill. 312, skies at center. Johnny LeMaster, 55's a K. Rick Miller, 2-9. Triple 1 to 11 is a double. And with 2 outs, it's Jack Clark, 2-5. Double 1 to 9, a single and an RBI. And Willie McCovey, skies are right field. 5-1, bottom of the 6th inning. Mickey Hatcher to leave it off. 38, ball 4. Davey Lopes. 36 is a walk. 2 on again for the Dodgers. Nepper, a starter 6. He's had a really disappointing day. He'll pitch to Smith, and if he gets on, we'll go to righty reliever. 47 is a K. Actually, they're going to get a righty reliever anyway. After 5 1/3 innings, Bob Nepper and his team have had enough. They're going to go to Randy Moffett in the bullpen to come on with 2 men on in the 6th inning. Giants have a very good bullpen. Minton, Holland, Lavelle, and Moffett. Basically, all of those guys have been closers at various parts of their careers. And they are together here. One of the better bullpens in baseball. So Moffett will face Steve Garvey, 1st and 2nd with 1 out. The pitch to Steve Garvey. 1-5. Let's take a look at the Steve Garvey card. My goodness. Holy Toledo. Would you believe this is a 79 card? One of his best years. Of course, the Dodgers didn't do a lot in 79. Yeah, power both ways. Great defense. Gold Glove at first. And 1-5 is your big 3-run homer. We got a laugher here in LA. 8-1 Dodgers. Ronce, 44, 2nd X. This is Martinez, a 3E8. And with 2 outs, Dusty Baker, 39, a single. Duffy Dyer, 63, 1st C. All right, Sutton finally going to get an easy win with an 8-1 lead in the 7th. Mike Ivey, 37's a K. Darrell Evans, 1-8 is a walk. Ted Martinez, 36. Homer, 108 fly ball, and it's gone. A 2-run shot by Ted Martinez, and it's 8-3. Sutton is a starter 7. One more base runner will break him. Terry Whitfield, 412, skies the center. And Mark Hill, 59, short X. Bill Russell makes the play. 8-3. Stretch time in LA. Bottom of the 7th inning. Dodgers finally playing well with a nice, convincing lead. We are listening to the Gaucho LP by our friend Steely Dan. 1980. One of the years in the timeline. Hey 19. And all that wonderful stuff. Right. Ralph Garr leads off in the bottom of the 7th inning. 43. Pitcher, E18. That's an error on Randy Moffett. Bill Russell, 47's a K. Mickey Hatcher, 5'11", right X. This is Jack Clark. It's a 3E7. Already bungled 1 ball today. He bungled another one. Runners of the corners. Boy, really shoddy defense for the Giants today, folks. They'll bring it up for Davey Lopes. 312 is a Lomax, catching the guy off of 3rd base. Wow, 8-3 game. And Sutton, I think he's going to take a day off. He's going to relax. Nothing special at this point. Big 5-run lead. Hal and Bruno should be able to knock this one out. We'll bring Joe Coleman out of the Dodger pen here in the 8th. To face the top of the lineup, Johnny LeMaster, 2 4s, a grounder to the 3rd. Rick Miller, 39's the fly ball to right, and the great Jack Clark. 1-6. Let's take a look at Jack Clark's card. I haven't looked at a Giant yet today. Very good year for him here in 1978 for the Giants. He would have great years in the future with the Cardinals and the Padres as well. 1-6, homer, 1-5, double. That's a 2-base hit. Willie McCovey. Really, the Jack Clark years in San Francisco, he was like their best player because the rest of the team was pretty awful. He was a great player on an awful team. And the best thing for him is that he got to play for the Cardinals, who are a very good team in the 80s. Willie McCovey, 1-9, skies the center field. All right, 8-3, bottom of the 8th. Moffitt will leave. We'll have Al Holland pitch the 8th inning. Take a look at him. Yeah, it's Giants notoriously had great relievers throughout the 70s and early 80s. These guys, and eventually they had Rod Beck, I believe. A little bit later on, of course. Here's Reggie Smith leading off the bottom of the 8th. 2 9s, a grounder to short. Steve Garvey, 2 7s, a grounder to third, and Ron Say walks. Dusty Baker, 4-10, bouncer to third. This is Mr. Darrell Evans. Interesting defense. A 4-E-5 at third base. Probably the only 4-E-5 ever in Strat. That's a single. If he gets to a ball, it's definitely thrown on a straight line to third base. He does not juggle balls and throw errantly, but he's also a 4. Interesting. First and second, Duffy Dyer. 35, double 1-15 is a double, and that's another RBI. Ralph Garr, 2-6, lines of short. We got a 9-3 game in the 9th. I was going to bring in Steve Howe to close it out, but might as well bring in Jim Umbarger, as it's a laugher, a 9-3 game. He should be able to get 3 outs. Jim Umbarger in the Dodger pen here. So Mike Ivey will lead off in the 9th. 2-12, bounce to third. Darrell Evans, 59 is a K. And Ted Martinez, 4-10, bounces to third. This is Ron Say, and he makes the play. And the Dodgers get a shallow victory. All that really did was prevent the Giants from winning the National League West. And the Giants are now sitting at 500, and they've just lost the wild card spot as well. But there's still potentially 4 more games to play in this series. Let's take a look at the box. So Umbarger pitches the 9th with a strikeout. Mr. Joe Coleman gave up a hit. Sutton finally gets a nice win. 4 hits and 3 runs. They were earned. 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. Holland in the 8th. 2 hits, a run and a walk. Hitting in 2/3 for Motif. Oh, we give up the big homer there. 2 hits, a run. 3 hits, a run, and a K. And Nepper was pretty bad. Most defense was bad. 7 hits and 7 runs. How many were earned? 1, 2. I guess 3 of them are earned. 4 walks and 6 strikeouts. 109, 0108, 912, 35, 2857. Game 1 in the books. Giants, Dodgers, and the Dodgers really do what they would have done during this timeline. To be quite honest, they should have handled the Giants easily at any point in the late 70s. Don't recall the Giants ever getting at 500, if I'm not mistaken. I think there's a 100-loss team in there somewhere, I want to guess, as well. Let's take a look at the overall standings now. The Dodgers are now 10-14. They know they won't get a winning record, but they're playing for pride. And if they can ruin the Giant season like we said, that would make up for it. Giants now fall to 13-13. They are now officially a half game behind the Padres. And when we look at this now, we'll find that the 520 Padres are kind of sitting in the number 6 spot with the 519 Diamondbacks right there, and the Cardinals and Pirates a half game back, and you get the idea. So it's still a wide open spot for that 6th wild card spot in the National League. So for the year, the Giants at 13-13, hitting .255 with a .401 ERA. Offensively, nothing really sticks out. Ivy's got 7 home runs in 26 games. Nothing big there. And for the Dodgers, why is it all falling apart from this year? Well, that victory you just saw from Don Sutton is only his 2nd win against 4 defeats. He lowers his ERA to about .450 after that performance. The Dodgers are hitting .254 with a .374 ERA. Normally they pitch better than that. Normally they hit better than that. Interesting though, the star of the game for the Dodgers with that big homer was Steve Garvey, and he has been a one-man show, unfortunately. He hasn't had his teammates help him out. Leads the club in at-bats and hits and RBI. 2nd in home runs. He's got 27 RBI in 24 games for the Dodgers. But that's not enough, because the other thunderous players, Ron Cey and Dusty Baker and Reggie Smith, are just not doing it. That's it for the game. At the end of the video, I'll let you know what happens in the rest of the series. Thanks for checking it all out. We'll see you next time. Well, baseball fans, the Dodgers wanted to make the Giants' life absolutely miserable, and they succeeded. After winning Game 1 and the game you saw in Game 2, also in LA, Giants had a nice early lead. Solo homer by Clark, 2-run homer by Ivy, 3-zip. But another sloppy inning by the Giants in the 5th. Bunch of singles off of defense. We've got a Ralph Guard triple in there as well. 4-run inning. Ball game. 4-3, that's it. Tommy John gets the win. Steve Howell gets the save. Dodgers win 2 straight, and the Giants really have to get it going here. They have to go home into San Francisco, win a game or 2. Yeah, probably win 2, and then go back to LA for Game 5. But it is not meant to be. The Dodgers in Game 3 send Bert Hooton out there against John Uria. No competition. Bert Hooton, 4-hit shutout, 2 walks. Homer by Baker. 2-run single by Cey, and then they pour it on in the 8th inning. 2-run double by Lopes, 2-run homer by Garvey again. Boy, he would get MVP nods if this team had a winning record. And Ron Cey with a homer. And that's what the Dodgers did. They were miserable, and they said, we're going to make the Giants as miserable as us, and it worked perfectly. The Dodgers and Giants seasons are now toast. Let's look at the standings after this series. And there it is. The Dodgers went from 9 to 12 wins, and the Giants went from 12 to 15 losses. So Giants barely eke out 3rd place by percentage points. Tied 4.5 games back. No chance to go into the playoffs, as the Padres are a game up above, and you've got Arizona a game above, and the Cardinals, Pirates, yeah. So the Giants and Dodgers are both done in stunning fashion. That's it tonight. Thanks for checking out the video. We'll see you next time.